We head now to the Black Sea and to a sprawling palace complex with its own amphitheater, a tea house, and a helipad. Who owns it? Well, Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny has released a 2-hour video investigation into the complex, saying the palace was built for Russian President Vladimir Putin using taxpayer money. The Kremlin has denied those allegations. The video was posted by Navalny's team 2 days after he was jailed upon returning to Russia.
They're calling it the new Versailles. In the 2-hour video, Navalny explains how his anti-corruption foundation had been able to film the property from above for the first time, using a drone. He says there's nothing like it anywhere in the country. Without exaggeration, it is the most secretive and guarded facility in Russia. It isn't a country house or a residence. It's an entire city, or rather a kingdom. It has impregnable fences, its own harbour, guards, church, its own checkpoint, no-fly zone, and even its own border point. It is a separate state inside Russia. Details of the palace were leaked by construction workers said to be shocked at its opulence. Among its many features, this green mound is reported to house an underground ice hockey rink. This is an amphitheatre. Navalny points out the exit of a tunnel used by Putin to access the beach. He also emphasises not just the size of the palace, but also the vastness of the area it occupies, which is 3.5 times the size of the nearest city. The Kremlin rejects all the claims, calling them nonsensical. These are groundless allegations. They are nonsense and a compilation of fabrications and nothing else. That's the principal goal of such documents, such pseudo-investigations. It's a scam. We want all the people taking into account the big number of views. But Navalny insists that not only does this property belong to Putin, but that it was financed through corruption and the misuse of public funds, calling it the biggest bribe in history, for which the Russian president must be held to account.
Our correspondent Yuri Resheto is standing by for us in Moscow. Hi, Yuri. What about the timing of this? Why did Alexei Navalny decide to release this film now?
Also, Navalny explains right at the beginning of the video why he is only coming out with this now. He says he didn't want to be accused of taking a shot at Putin from abroad, where he was safe. The politician clearly wants to go on the offensive. He wants to show that he is not afraid of anything. He already showed that by coming back to Russia, of course, he didn't know for sure he would be arrested, but it did seem likely. He has been accused in the past, Sumi, by the Kremlin of being an instrument of the Western secret services, which he has always denied. By releasing this video while he is in a Russian prison, now he is presenting himself as a Russian politician with no plans of leaving the country, someone who is prepared to go through thick and thin with people here.
We saw in the report that the Kremlin says this is an old record. Tell us more about the reactions from authorities.
Well, the official reactions are, of course, no surprise. You mentioned the press secretary of Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Peskov, said it's an overplayed record, something that Navalny has been saying over and over again. The head of the Duma, the Russian parliament, Vyacheslav Volodin, insisted Navalny is being used as a tool by the Western secret services and the US State Department. All that Navalny does, he said, is backed by foreign states, and Russia's task would be to prevent such foreign interference. As for people's reactions here, the Navalny investigation is the top video on Russian YouTube. It has gotten nearly 20 million views since it was published last night. And it's a hot topic on social media, of course, as well. The Navalny people have even created a filter on Instagram with which you can use, or you can see yourself in a 3D model in the rooms of the palace and take a selfie.
So it's getting a lot of attention. What impact do you think this is going to actually have for the Kremlin?
Well, that may sound very strange to Western ears, but the answer is nothing, no impact. Probably a Western politician would resign immediately. In any case, it would be a political earthquake. But not here, Sumi, not in Russia. We have to keep in mind that although it's the most spectacular video by Navalny, or of Navalny so far, it's not the first one. This is a typical video for Navalny. In 2017, he published a similar investigation about the then Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev, which prompted protests here here in the country, but it didn't change anything. Everyone here already knew that Putin was rich or is rich, and despite social media discussions right now, state-backed media will, of course, not accuse Putin, but rather present Navalny as someone who has betrayed his country and wants to weaken Russia.
Yuri Rasheta reporting for us in Moscow. Thank you.